Happy New Year, guys. This is John, and you're watching Code at Cuento. And in this video, we'll be talking about skeuomorphism or neumorphism or soft UI. So, skeuomorphism is nothing new. It's been a UI since 2012, and it's usually implied by Apple. It is the way of making something digital look realistic. And recently, it's gaining traction because of the post by Alexander Playuto. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. It's this post. So, a lot of people are starting to think that this can be, or this might be, a trend in the year 2020. Others argue about the validity of that aspect or the usability of this type of style, but today we'll be trying to recreate or how to work on this one using Figma. So here he includes, actually he is too great to include a style guide on how he created such, along with the elements and the codes here. But let's create this for those who are starting to learn, or for us to understand better the aspect of creating this style. So again, it's called Skeuomorphism. It was called Neumorphism recently because they are saying that it's a new way to apply Skeuomorphism, but others are calling it soft UI. And yeah, let's try to recreate such. So first, let's create a frame, and let's say we'll be creating this for a phone. There we go. So the main idea with this one is to create your background of the UI to be not too white. So instead of white, we'll be choosing a lighter shade of gray. Yeah, I hope you can still see it on your screen, but here we are, right here. Actually, let's change the background so you can see it much better. Yeah, let's go. And then let's try to create a shape inside that. So let's create a square. Again, skeuomorphism is soft UI, so we don't want those sharp edges. So the first thing you wanted to do is to soften those edges. There you go. At least a radius of 20 would be good for this kind of shape and size. And then let's create this one with the same color as the background. The main technique here is about playing with shadows. Okay, so let's start playing with the effects here. And we'll be adding a new shadow. So if you can see, there's a shadow there. And let's change the parameters of this shadow into the blurriness into, say, around 15. So it's more softer. So we're creating soft UI. Sorry, let's offset the placement of the shadow with around 10 pixels and the x-axis and 10 pixels in the y-axis. So softer, right? So it looks better. And then we'll create another shadow, but this time it will be more like a highlight, right? So again, let's set it to 15, but this time let's place it on the upper left. So let's do the -10 and -10. And then we'll be replacing the color with white. And let's increase the opacity of the shadow into 50%. You see what we're getting at? And so it's a softer or UI element, right? And then to make it more distinguishable, because with this kind of layout, the problem would be there would be low contrast between the item itself and the background. So let's add another highlight, which will be, let's reduce the blurriness into 10 pixels instead of 15. And then from 10, we will be placing it by 5. Again, let's retain the opacity to 25. See, it's create a more darker type of stroke. Then let's do the same with white. Okay, so in 10, negative 5, negative 5, negative 5. And then let's change this one to white, white. And let's increase the opacity to 50%. There we go. So again, this is just the basic. You can explore this Figma file, so you can play around with gradients and with highlights and anything else. But if you're just getting started and you just want to create something cool, then this would be a good one for you. And I'll be adding some links in the video description below for the original files that you can check out. And again, I hope you learned something from this video and hope to see you guys soon. Please like and subscribe. Thanks guys. Bye.